All right, here we go. All right, we're going to call the meeting to order. The Porte Urban Enterprise Association, January 21st. Stand for a pledge of allegiance. So Mary Ann, we've got to hold the annual corporation meeting today, so we need to open that one first. Yes. Oh, Mike.
I don't believe I included the minutes from that meeting back in January of 2025 with the board packet, did I? Okay, so what I did is I copied them, and they're in your packet at your place setting.
Okay.
Okay, so if you wanted to take a couple minutes to read those and refresh your memory.
I make a motion to approve the corporation minutes from January 15th, 2025.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Those pass. So I think we're going to forego committee assignments. We'll keep everybody assigned to the same committees. No old business. New business would be election of officers. So right now, we're going to open it up. The nominating committee of Mr. Cook and Mr. Gertner, did you guys come up with anybody that volunteered to be president, vice president, or treasury secretary in place of the current officers?
I'd like to make a motion to keep the officers intact from the previous year.
Second.
That was a quick one. So motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. We have, we did do, I'll take the award. We do have new business. Actually, so the current, we don't have to approve that now, the current terms. So everybody's remaining on term. I didn't get any notifications that we wanted to eliminate terms. It has to be officially blessed. Councilwoman West is taking that. There wasn't a council meeting yesterday, so she's taking that to the council meeting, so you'll be truly official for those appointments from the city council at their next meeting. So, do we have any other business? Do we have a motion to adjourn the corporate meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that meeting is closed. We are now going to open our regular board meeting and call that meeting to order. We already did the Pledge of Allegiance. I think I got ahead of myself. I was looking at the same agenda below. So do we have any public comment? Any public comment? Hearing none, we'll move on to the minutes from December 17, 2025. Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve is presented.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are passed. Claims docket. That should have been in our packet as well. I don't think there was anything. We had program administration, code enforcement, a business grant to April Kelly and Enzo's for their sign. The Enzo sign, by the way, was nice. It it was running through Facebook. It was lit up at night, so it's a good PR for some of the grant work we do. So do we have a motion to approve the claim docket?
So moved.
Motion and a second. Any discussion on claims? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
And then I abstain from voting.
One abstention. Let's move to the financial statements. This was in your packet as well. Anybody have any questions on the financial statements? Anything you need to add, Mary Ann? Just the first, actually, it's not the first month of the year, but yes. So I'll, if we don't have any questions on the financial statements, I'll entertain a motion on that.
A motion to approve financial statements.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's passed for financials. All right, so let's hit some of the old business. New logo.
If you want to look in your place setting, the packet there, there are copies of revised logos. And the revisions were made based on your recommendations from either the October or November meeting, whenever we addressed them. The first page is the current logos. And the second page is as Lindsay calls it, a brightened one. It's got colors on it.
Yeah.
And then the third page is a black and white version of it. And then the next page is just a simplified logo. It doesn't have the windows, like the storefront windows at the bottom of the buildings. And then concept 2 is the next one. It's sort of like the rounder one. Concept 2 has got some color on it. It's basically the navy blue with the orange LaPorte. And then there's a black and white version. That's the last page.
So I believe we proved the first concept. They were just coming back with a black and white version, and they were gonna get us the current version, like a couple months
I
ago.
thought we refined the list that they originally gave us. I thought we refined it to these two, and we really need
Right.
to select between the
Oh,
two
okay.
different logos.
Oh, okay, that's, yeah. So let's, so does anybody have a preference on the concept 1 or concept 2? Anything would be better in our current logo. It's a little bit busy, so,
And something else, Lindsay, Jessica, and I were looking for a logo that would reproduce well on a banner. The current ones are too wide, and it's very difficult to shrink them down so that they can be placed on a banner. Any of these new ones would work.
I think if, for my 2 cents, I think I like concept 2 the best out of these. I actually like both, but I think concept 2, it does seem significantly different than the one that we've used previously, which I kind of like. Just my 2 cents, but I like both, so.
Yeah.
I was actually gonna say number 1, but that's just me. I like the color in the number 1 is the reason why, but, and obviously we got a black and white for whatever we need, so we can use both, but, So I'll split the vote.
Symmetry of number 2, but the color of number 1.
So we'll keep it more convoluted. Does anybody have any preferences on?
I would just say concept 2, I feel like the spacing between Laporte is like pretty
Right.
too far.
I'm with you, Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The word urban needs to be smaller.
Well, actually, if they left, because I think they have urban touching from buildings, the sides of the buildings. But if they took some of that spacing and then just centered that above urban, I think it would look nice, but yeah, I don't know if I like the spacing. I mean, that might be a suggestion. Also, I don't know if they could bump up that enterprise association just a tad bit, so there's not so much. But that's, that's something they could do with the Laporte, so they don't have that wide spacing, but I would just center it above urban. It doesn't need to go, I don't think, all the way from, stretching across like urban does.
Okay.
So are you guys leaning that you like the second concept? It's just maybe, because I agree. I think urban, I don't even know why, I don't like urban that big.
Yeah.
So maybe like put it all centered and the same size and it might look better, but, so we go with number 2? Just some
Well,
adjustments too.
And two, if we wanted color, could she use the colors of the buildings that she used in concept 1, not have the windows on the bottom, and then make Laporte black across those colors? And then obviously then we'd have the black and white one.
I think the concept colors on concept 2, they would be like a light blue, the lighter blue, orange, and then the navy blue. Because those are the colors on concept 1.
Yeah,
And if she doesn't have all of the buildings on
no,
concept 2.
but if she used the colors on those 3 buildings, and then Laporte would have to be black, and no windows on the bottom, maybe just to.
So let's, so here's what we're gonna do.
Poor
We're gonna go with
Lindsay.
concept number 2. I'll put the concept out. We'll vote, since I don't think I don't want to bring this back to the board for another time, just for the record. So we'll vote via email on the final proof, but basically, we're gonna go with concept 2. We're gonna provide some color that's in concept 1 and actually adjust the fonts to sort of reflect more symmetry in the,
Yeah,
make sense?
yeah.
Everybody on board with that? So you got that, Mary Ann, in the notes?
Marianne, I'll, being as Lindsay is obviously in our office, I'll talk to Lindsay tomorrow, so she gets this feedback, so you don't have to worry about that.
I don't mind talking to her, meeting with her.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a matter of me. She could probably make the adjustments. It's in a
all
software program, so I'm
in a
sure it's gonna
computer,
be
so.
good. So we'll clean it up. We'll get it out. We'll make a final approval. So we won't make a motion at this time. And then if we need Scott to sort of adjust it, and she can't figure it out, we'll send it over to you, Scott. Sure. All right, so let's go to, any updates on the others? QuickBooks, have we looked at?
QuickBooks Online, there's a very simple version of QuickBooks that they all charge a monthly fee online. The simple one, and then the quote essential one, which is like number 2, and then there's a number 3 that has got all these bells and whistles. We don't need those because we don't have payroll,
Correct.
things like that. But the number 2 one runs about $130 a month.
So, and I think to get online, they'll offer a discount.
They offer, I think, one maybe for the first 3 months. And then after that, it goes to full price.
Okay. For one company, I think it should be probably around $500 a year, or $600 a year total.
Send me the company because I went to Quicken
You-
online
QuickBooks.
or QuickBooks online.
Yeah, our organization just did it, so I mean, so it's something that I'm familiar with, and the pricing, and they're offering for a year pricing. What I would recommend is unless somebody opposes, we get an approval to budget, I would say up to $1,000 to start pushing the process to get the QuickBooks implemented.
Motion to approve.
All right,
Second that.
motion is second. Any discussion?
Who did the motion? Okay. Scott?
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The motion's passed. I'll work with you, Mary Ann,
Okay.
on getting that done and implemented, and then you can start. They have very good online customer service. As far as setting it up is really not that hard. We can work through that as well.
Also, I'm going to be ordering the computer this week,
Okay?
and it's going to be a Dell, and I'm ordering it off of Amazon. Okay.
Was that in the, we put that in the budget?
That was an encumbered expense.
Okay.
And also, I would like to put Office 365 on it. Is that doable?
Mm-hmm.
And they charge by subscription, and you pay like a monthly fee nowadays?
Yes.
Okay.
And we can work with that as well. If there's a budget, we'll come back and do that next month, but there's also a nonprofit version that we work through. I've worked through that process as well, so and it's free, depending on what you do. So we can actually get that as well. So Microsoft offers, you just have to apply for it and get
Okay.
that, so we'll work through that as well. All right, the big question, digitizing files.
I talked to the gentleman from Chesterton earlier in the week and told him by the end of this month, we'll be ready to go.
Okay,
And he said he'll call me and we'll schedule a pickup for them
Okay.
to send a truck out to. And I'm gonna have boxes that are destroy, boxes that are scanned, save, and then destroy, and then boxes that say scan and save and return.
okay.
Does that make sense? You think that would be descriptive enough?
And it'll be good timing, because then it'll go into the new computer.
Pardon?
You'll have a new computer, it'll go into that as well, so it'll be good timing, so everything will be updated at the same time, so, okay. So good momentum on that. The update on waiver of compliance, I think we were just, update was the conversation that you had, right? With,
Actually, we've had quite a bit of movement on that.
okay,
The forms, the 23 pay 24, Easy 2, was signed by KT Soap and sent to Brian Shook. And he is working with the auditor's office to get them to process that. And so right now, everything's in a holding pattern with the auditor's office. And he took a look at it, John Angelos took a look at it, Fritz Maxwell took a look at it. Fritz is the CFO of KT Soap. And so we're just in a holding pattern with the auditor's office.
so once they
Bless it
bless it,
and input it into the computer.
and remind me, we said we're going to just invoice them once we've got everything.
Actually, they've already paid the,
Oh, okay, so they've paid the
they
waiver
paid
fee,
the
okay.
fee.
All right, good news. All right, so our old business items will be hopefully cleared by next month. Do we have any new business?
Mike, I was just going to share that, well, you and I and Mary Ann were at Business Made Social 2 days ago now.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. All the days run together. But it was, we held it at the Firehouse, which is a project, obviously, the UEA has supported both from a grant for their parking lot as well as the mural project that was partially done on the exterior of that building. I don't want to speak for Mary Ann or Mike, but just incredibly impressed with the end result of that project. I think it's a really, really cool space. We talked about maybe holding a UEA meeting in that space at some point. We don't have to do that now, but that might be in the future. But I did want to share, for all of you that I thought that was a really neat project, and I know it was only possible because of the work of this board, and I know Dudley Byler, who is the developer there, is very appreciative of that.
Yep. Yeah, it was great. I thought the event was great. I thought the building looked awesome. The upstairs looked awesome in terms of co-working space up there. So to the public, if you're looking for office space, reach out to Dudley Byler over at the LaPorte Firehouse. And I think there's going to be some events here coming soon, once they have to clear a couple hurdles and get some other things ironed out as far as permits, but then I think after that, it should be good to go. One thing on new business, how are we on, we invoiced, right, all of our,
Yeah, and we're getting them in.
Getting them
Our
in,
big
okay.
ones, we haven't gotten Montisol in yet, or Renalet.
but everybody that claimed the incentive has been invoiced, and should be, we usually get them probably at the end of this month, I would imagine, at least. So at next month's.
Everything was due the end of December, so I will send out second invoices the end of this month.
Yeah, let's set some time or put it on the agenda for February, that we sort of review anybody that's still outstanding in terms of incentive payments, or I guess the fee. Any other new business? All right. Do we have a motion to adjourn? Oh, I did have one other thing of new business. So I did talk to PNC Bank and another bank, so we're gonna get a couple quotes on our money market account. I think we had a discussion probably several months back, but I think we were getting paid just like 1.5 or 1.75%.
It was 1.50.
1.5.
At one time, it was almost 5%.
Yes, and I think they agreed to increase it to 3.25. So I know I've been contacted by Horizon. I know we've looked into Edward Jones in the past, so I'll have some conversations between the two of them, include Mary Ann in those conversations, and make sure that we're maximizing our potential in terms of, because it's a sizable amount, even though our balances fluctuate significantly from month to month because of large payments and large receipts. We do have significant average balances, which is what the interest is calculated off of, so I think that should be prudent to make sure we're earning the maximum amount of interest on that. So more to come on in February, we'll discuss that. Now, a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned.